BJ Nix, are you here?
Present.
Present. Spoonie, Timothy Spoonie.
Present, sir.
Margaret and Mary. Do we have a Margaret and Mary?
Yes. Cool. And the margaritas.
All right. Class here. We're ready. Let's go.
Yes, let's go.
Okay.
This is the time to line up behind your team, to support your team. Have faith in that team.
It's peaks and valleys. It can't always be good. And as I always tell people, you're never as good as you think you are, and you're never as bad as you think you are. But when we do know about
house call, Trevon Diggs pick 6. It's coming. They see it. Knocked away. Oh, Gregory! Hurts in trouble. 3 Cowboys wrap him up, make it 4. Micah Parsons is unblockable.
Man, what is going on, Cowboys Nation? What is happening, Pick 6 fam? You're now live and in tune with your guy Nix, and of course, my guy Spoonie in the building on Thanksgiving Eve. Thanksgiving Eve. And we are more importantly, maybe for some, we are less than 24 hours from kickoff for the Cowboys here on this very short week against the 7-3 Giants, with the opportunity to kind of put some clamps on the number 2 spot in the NFC East, and maybe, Spoon, just maybe, land and win the Beckham Bowl, if you will, Odell Bowl, OBJ Bowl. A lot of things are happening, man. First and foremost, I want to say this.
Yes, sir.
Bottom of the screen, for everybody that's rocking with us, humbly from me to you, I hope that you're having a fantastic time. I hope that your Thanksgiving on a human level, not just sports level, is going to be great, and you're surrounded by loved ones, and things are going to be awesome for you tomorrow. And if they're not, then blessed to be that the rest of this year is going to turn up roses for you, and you end this year strongly, right? So we appreciate y'all for rocking with us as always. But I'm a very stickler. Look, I'm all about Christmas. I like Thanksgiving. I ain't talking about the history and everything else, all the good stuff. I ain't none of that. Right. But I think it's very important at times that, you know what, you just give thanks for things that are around you. And you don't have to be just Thanksgiving to do that. But there's no better time than to do it right now. So with that being said, and that particular stuff out of the way, Spoonie, you're on deck. You got some traveling to do, I think, right? You doing some little traveling. Y'all are good to go. Where y'all at, man?
Yeah, so far right now, pretty much we're just getting some of the rest of the food ready, and then definitely after the show, I'm finished pack. We're gonna leave in the morning, come back for a couple of days, and listen, I'm just being very thankful. Really thankful for you as well, DJ, and the rest of Pick 6 Sports, man. It's been a great journey doing this Cowboy content. And
we're in our 4th season, dog.
4th season. And and I say this, the experience level is just not conversating back and forth. It's all about, when we all met each other, We hung out. We got to know each other personally, and just the bond that we have created. At the same time, enjoying what we love doing and talking Cowboy sports, and shout out to the folks who put time to watch us, conversate and time join in the conversation as well. We definitely appreciate that as well. So blessings, man.
Yeah, no offense or buts. Let me answer a question real quick.
Yeah.
Our guy, Mr. Kim in the building. Welcome to Mary. Mary's busy at work.
Oh, this is Barbados.
Yeah, wait. I'm talking about last week.
Oh, okay.
Last week,
Yeah.
busy at work. She is out of the country, if you will. I want to say where she was when you doxing her right now, but not. But she's enjoying her Thanksgiving outside of the United States, if you will. Okay, but she'll be back next week. No worries. And of course, our guy, Professor O, he's going to try to chime in. He had to travel as well. He's with the in-laws. He's going to try to get in here. He said, man, it's loud over here. I don't know if I can. We'll see if he can get here. So that's what it is. But I do want to throw stuff up. My guy Babbitt says, gotta stay positive. Next year will be better. LOL. Hey, that part, man. And look, and you maybe you can close the rest of this year and be there, right? And the reason I want to bring that up is I shout out to my guy for sure. But y'all see that's a Twitch. Oh yeah, we streaming on Twitch now. If you want to go catch us on Twitch, man, your guy Nix _ just like my Twitter handle. Me go over and catch me on Twitch. I've been playing some Call of Duty. I'm gonna do some Evil West. I'm gonna do some Madden. I'm gonna talk Cowboys over there too. But if you want to follow me over there on Twitch, because we're live streaming each and every week on Twitch as well, you can go over there. I went from I ain't really did no Twitch things in like 2-3 years. I like 13 people. Man, I just streamed a couple of times. I went from 13 to 33. Hey, it might be small to y'all, but I'm like, man, look at there. Look at God. Right. But of course, we always encourage, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, and we're on Twitch now, live streaming, obviously YouTube, for everyone that's around the globe on those other platforms. If you got the YouTube, come over here, man. Pick Six Sports. You'll catch us every Wednesday and Friday, but on the backside, you'll catch Camber, Mass, Stevie J for the midday shows as well. We deliver a lot of content on this side. So, man, if you want to come over and drop us a sub, by all means, go ahead and do that. And man, look here. Look, my man said he'll be in Houston. No, this is an apartment in Houston. But then he backdoored it. My guy Uber backdoored it, says he's in Nigeria next month for Christmas. Blessings. Yeah. Blessings. No, we didn't get abandoned, Beirut. We didn't get abandoned. Hey, man, people have schedules. People got lives. You know, we have to do, exactly what we can do and what's going on. So, yeah, I mean, we might hit some pick six on Twitch, but for now, I'm just doing it myself because I'm gaming and doing stuff. So I don't want. Look, what I say on Twitch, maybe Spoon don't want to be tied to it. I might shoot somebody Call of Duty. I got you, and that don't work the same. We're trying to do our cussing a little bit lower, so it is what it is. My guy Bruce got the juice in the building. Let's go. My guy DMV, bro. Say less, fam. I got you, DMV. You never responded to the DM, bro. Like you asked me. Be clear. You asked me, but then you never said nothing. DMV, check your Twitter DM. I'm gonna drop it on you right now, bro. I'm gonna drop it on you right now. Look, we had to go to the bullpen, dog. Spoony, we was out here left high and dry. We're going to go to the bullpen real quick. With that being said, as we're talking about on the space beforehand, little we're just doing a little bit of Thanksgiving Day talk. What's your go-to dish, man? And everybody in the chat, man, what's your go-to dish for Thanksgiving? You can only pick one. What's the go-to dish on Thanksgiving for y'all, man? But you guys, Spoon, you said,
I'm trying to.
Yeah. You can't pick one.
Yeah, it's tough, but you know what? I have to go with the number one seller. The one thing that if you don't get right away, everybody you run out, and that's the mac and cheese.
The mac and cheese.
It has to be.
DMV, it's there. All right, let me see. Let me go through here. Let me get these things going here. We're going to get Cowboys talk, but we got a little Turkey Day talk. The candy yams. Well, let me some yams. The dressing from Cole's Cowboy. Yeah, I rock with that too. The baked mac. You got somebody on your side there, Spoon. You got somebody on your side there now. My guy Dom. No, Dom. I know what you do. We just talked on the space. You want the canned cranberry. That's what you want, Dom. I'm just joking. Shout out to the Deacon, man. Boom. Stuffing from my guy Robert in the building. Green beans. And I got David says, quick lemon pie. Some go-tos. My personal go-to. Look, man, my wife makes some baked beans. Bruh, Spoonie. If you ever come down here to old East Texas outside the Cowboys joint, come down here and kick it with me for a couple of days. I'm gonna let my old lady make you some baked beans.
Oh,
brother.
I love beans.
Oh, chocolate pecan pie. Okay, I like the pecan pie. Not pecan. I don't like pecan pie. I like pecan pie, if you will.
Pecan pie.
You ever had pecan pie?
I've never had pecan pie before.
Bruh.
I got
DMV, do you hear this? My man said he's never had pecan pie. Now, wait. Now, you up there in the greater Northeast. DMV, have you ever had pecan pie?
Bro, that shit is everywhere.
Okay, well, I don't know. I ain't never been to the Northeast. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Yeah, it's one of the best pies you can get. Definitely.
Okay, yeah. Oh, well. Sponny, we'll have to put you on, man. We're going to get you on deck on the pecan.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to put you on deck on the pecan. My man said he never had no pecan. That's crazy.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Yeah, you got to get on that, my guy.
Yeah, big facts. With that being, look. And look. I told you about the beans. Look. Wifey Nick said, hey.
Thank you.
I told you, man. Hey, man, them beans next level. Look, so we're going to my mom's real quick. I know, guys. Y'all don't want to hear about this talk. We'll get to the Cowboys. Hold on, we got you. Share the link, build it up here. We're going to rock with y'all on Thanksgiving Eve. Less than 24 hours before we go over here and kick off against the Giants. We're going to talk some Cowboys football. But man, we got to talk a little particular about this food coming up tomorrow too, which I love to kick off at 3:30 DMV because I get my food in. I can watch the game. I ain't got to be interrupted. See that noon kickoff?
I said that yesterday. Oh my!
Yeah.
Nobody cares about Detroit ever.
Yeah, look, that noon. If the Cowboys got to kick off at noon, man, somewhere around halftime, it's time to eat. You interrupted my vibe. And then, of course, the late game. Nah, fam, I'm out because I done ate. I done fell asleep. I ate, fell asleep. Don't do that to me. I love the best is the 3:30 kickoff on Turkey Day. If the Cowboys have to play, it's the best slot period. That's where I'm at, man.
Yeah, bro. That Detroit game is always tough. It doesn't matter who they play. They play Aaron Rodgers a couple times and nobody's cared. Nobody's cared, bro.
Look, you kind of look at it, but you kind of eat. You kind of look, that's going on. You go outside with your people outside and chop it up with the aunts, the uncles, and whatever the case may be. Come make it. Oh, there's a score, and then you move around. Yeah, you're not wrong. Now, let me ask you real quick. So, just recently they added the third game. How do y'all feel about the third game now on Turkey Day?
We've lost so much on Thanksgiving that by that time I don't care.
Don't care. Hey, I'll tell you what. Even if we won, bruh, Detroit, whoever they play, Cowboys, whoever they play. I'm old that way, man. I don't care about this third game, Spoonie.
Nah, I'm with DMB with you with that. Once the Cowboys got the best time slot. Why? Because that's around the same time we all eat, we pray, of course, give thanks. Yeah. Then we eat, and it's like right there. Once we full, okay, the Cowboys winning. Oh, they go to drinks, they go to alcohol. Then it's like party time. Oh wait, there's another game on. What's the score? What happened?
Yeah.
I'm with you guys.
No, big facts. Once again, everybody in the building, man. Appreciate everybody on the YouTube. I'm pretty sure you already subbed. $3.99 to share that thing out and do your thing. Twitch, Facebook, and Twitter, where we're streaming live right now as well, man. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all as always. Hit the faces over there on Twitter to follow us, and of course, make over to YouTube, Pick 6 Sports. Man, hit that little link. It's up there on my profile. Click me. Go over there. Boom. Come over, hit the sub, man. Appreciate y'all as always. But that's not why they're here. They want to hear about DMV. They don't want to hear about us talking about this damn food and everything else. That ain't why they're here.
That ain't why they're here, bro.
Yeah. But let's get into some Cowboy talk, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into that. First and foremost, which I was on your channel. What was that?
Tuesday,
right? Tuesday, right? Yeah, Tuesday. I told y'all then, and I said it on this channel too, and I said it on the Friday show, and I said it on all the spaces. I don't think that the Cowboys got to show me. I ain't think they win. I don't care. So where I was 27-20. I don't care. I don't care. Even before we kicked off on Sunday, go check my timeline on my tweets, and I said, man, I'm from the Kobe. I'll be happy with the dub. My fandom and everything else is in the Kobe system more. I don't care more. But
Kellen more, but more.
But yeah. Not the MOO version, just the MORE version. But neither here nor there. Let's talk about the game. The Cowboys and what we talked about on your channel, we talked about over here, Spoonie and everything, was they talked a big game all week. I was like, man, that's fine. That's cool. That's great. Show me, right? That was the talk. Oh, y'all pissed off? That's great. Hey, I love to hear what you're saying. That's great. And they went out there, brother, they looked pissed off, DMB, and they played pissed off.
Good.
Finally.
That's all I got to say. Good. With a period. Good.
Yeah, finally. And I think, realistically, shots of Cole says this with the hoodie on everything. That's how you get. Maybe there's something there, Cole. We might start tracking that with the hoodie. We might start doing that. I ain't got no hood tonight. Maybe my faux pas. We'll circle back after the game tomorrow. From the talk, Curse, we know where he's coming from, but we heard a lot from the Lion, right? We heard a lot from Parsons, the 14-point lead again. I won't let it go, and like all those different things and whatnot. In the third play in, Lion got hungry, Spoon. Lion went out and got the sack, sure fumble, didn't he?
Yeah, on Davisaw.
Shout out to my guy David Jenkins in the building. What's good, brother?
On Davisaw. On the guy that they was talking of saying it should be the most concern on the offensive line, and it was on him. Not once, but it happened twice in the game. So it definitely set the tone. And you see Micah go to the sideline, and his teammates rally around him. And he tells them, "I got you, I got you." And listen, that he is something else. That man is something else. Listen, have you guys seen? Not to get off the subject. Have you guys seen the sideline audio? It came out yesterday.
Yeah,
I didn't see the whole thing, but I saw most of it. Yeah.
Oh, listen, DMV, promise you, when you get a chance and you see what Michael was saying, you want to clock the game. I mean,
yeah, I saw that part.
Yeah, it was something else. And listen, end of the day, that's the one thing that a lot of us has been saying: start off fast.
Right.
Start off fast, and that's how the game went. We started off fast. And we started to execute, and bam! But that defensive line was something.
Yeah, and I thought it was important because throughout Micah's young career, right? Throughout his young career, it was a different rhetoric from him after a loss. I think we all can agree on that. And for me, it didn't give me pause, but I'm like, okay, I hear you, but you're in a young career now. It's going to matter more. Like your play matters more. What are you going to do? Like. And for players, for those that play sports and everything, whenever you talk a certain thing, you have to deliver. I think it's a big check mark, DMV, for Micah, because he said what he said during the week, immediately showed up, and to Spoonie's point, just didn't show up there. He showed up the rest of the game as well, too, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The big thing about Micah that I love, the part that was funny was that he was trying to plead his case with, all right, well then I'm not gonna practice. You know what I'm saying? Like right. if you guys aren't gonna let me back in the game, I'm not gonna practice. If that's how you feel, because I'm healthy enough to go right now, so I ain't healthy enough to practice then. But it also proves my point of what I thought, where he was just like, they got to the game, and it was just like, we're not gonna let that go again. And it's like, what do you mean again? So you guys weren't playing this hard for Dak Prescott because he was there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys took for granted that he was there, and you guys thought that he was going to keep scoring points over and over, and we didn't have to bring it. Now we know we have to play just as hard for him as we played when we didn't have him. So sometimes you got to go through those things. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully we keep that consistent. We keep that hunger consistent.
Yeah, and for me, even after the win, we were in the space, after the post-game space, I'm like, man, this is fantastic. It's great. Now go do it again. You play pissed off. You're 40-3 on the road, 8-1, blah blah blah. And we talked about this prior to the Minnesota game. The last time the Cowboys went and beat at the particular time what their records were, an 8-1 team and a 7-2 team back to back. It's been a while. It's been a while here around Cowboys Nation. So cool. You went and did that. Say less. Do it again because you used up your credit. In my opinion, we talk about the Cowboys and what they've done overall. When it's time to show up and show out,
Yeah,
there was no reason for them to lose to the Green Bay game. Now, it was a lesson learned. Going back to your point, DMV, what they talked about and then things that happened, and maybe not doing what they needed to do. Okay, cool. But we're going to learn tomorrow. And to me, that's why I think a lot of things coming off that dub. We're going to learn a lot about this team, Spoonie. We're going to learn a lot because back to back games. Okay, you did that. Can you do it same energy? Because Vegas gets you favored by 10. Vegas got a favored by 10.
Is it 10 now? It was 9 yesterday.
10. It's 10 now.
Pressure.
It's 10 now. But guess what, right? So here's the ultimate Cowboys kind of thing. What? 4 offensive linemen hurt for them? For the Giants? Yeah? Secondary looking a little paltry? Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Looks like Vegas says, hey, 10, go do your thing. You're at home. It is what it is. Right? Okay. Then walk through the door. That's where I'm at. Spoon.
Yeah, listen, good teams will take advantage of what the Giants are coming in with tomorrow. Good teams will go in there and take care of business. We should be seeing the backups during the whole fourth quarter. The same way we saw with the Minnesota Vikings. That's what good teams do. And at the end of the day, if you want us fans to believe that this team is real, you cannot lay egg against this New York Giants football team. And I'm not saying they're not a good team. Their record is their record. But let's be honest, when 4 out of 5 of your offensive linemen are out, on top of that, your left guards, your one and the backups are out.
Mm-hmm.
That means you're going to have a third stringer in there. Again, it shouldn't be that difficult to repeat the same performance you had on Monday against the New York Giants team. So, again, it's any given Sunday, but the expectation that, again, if you're a good team, you go in there and you take care of business.
Yeah, and DMV, here's the point, right? Short weeks on Thursday games, historically, since the NFL instituted Thursday games, taking out the regular Thanksgiving, just in general, it favors the home team. We've seen it time and time again.
Right.
And now here we are with the injuries that they're suffering and things are going on here. Okay, then you should prove who you are because you already beat this team on the road, right? With guys missing, a big win, and they're missing some guys now. Divisional opponent, which hits different. We understand that. Short week on the road. You should go out here and you should win this game. Look, I'll say it right now. If the Cowboys don't win this game by 17, it's a problem. I won't say it's a problem. That's too far. But the Cowboys should go out here and flex and win this game by 17, DMV, in my opinion.
I agree with you. With as many starters on the offensive line that's out, with our defensive line and the way we've been able to rush the quarterbacks with everybody who's had healthy lines, they shouldn't be able to drop back and pass without us getting a sack.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, their line was mostly healthy in that first time that we played them, and we got 25 pressures on them with 5 sacks.
Mm-hmm.
Last week, we got 7 sacks with the line that was mostly healthy. There's no way in hell that it should be 3rd and 20, and they're running the football because they're afraid for Daniel Jones' life. That's how this game should go. That's how this game should go.
For his life.
No, think about it though. Think about this, right? No, think about this. Who's our 3rd string tackle? Probably Lance Ball, right?
Ball.
Ball.
Ball's your 3rd. Yeah.
Ball's your 3rd, right?
Right. Ball would be your 3rd right now because it's going to be Jason Peters, right? Boom, and then it'd be Ball.
Okay, so think about how bad Ball is.
Especially on the left side. Ugh.
That's where they're at right now. They have about 2 or 3 balls starting right now, at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to think that we're better at drafting offensive linemen than they are.
Yeah.
They got 3 balls starting right now. There's no way. There's no way.
Yeah, and look, and even to that point, right? In the Cowboys early, like once Dak went down, we go through the teams that they played. They all had offensive line issues. They just did, and we saw whether it was the Bengals, Washington, right? And we saw and we watched this defense eat and feast on that.
Yeah.
No reason for them not to do that again this week with the situations, as DMV said, 3 balls. Pause, but 3 balls, but pause on this offensive line, if you will, there, Spoon.
No, again, and DMV hit it again. When you compare it the way he compared it, it's a bad look for them, and it should be a great look for us. And you know, D-Law, Micah, Gallimore, Sam. Really, I mean, listen, go have some fun. Just go have some fun. That's when you know in a short window you're tired. Minnesota game, but you know once you go to look at the film, you look at the opponents. Who I'm playing against? That guy had to take a what? It should be feast. This should be a Thanksgiving. You should be eating
turducken.
Yeah,
turducken.
before the actual meal. I mean, it's that simple. Listen, Michael wants anybody who's betting for sacks. And again, I'm not trying to throw shit on the Giants, but if you're betting for sacks on that line, this is the game. This is the game where you could go out there and double your sack total if that's, you know, depending on what's going on, depending on what the Giants are doing. But again, it's that bad.
Yeah.
And anytime, and we should know when your front five is not available. Listen, a long time ago, what was his name? Not David Carr. Yeah. That's about the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
In rookie year, he was the most sacked quarterback in the first 3 years.
I mean, he's got a Hall of Fame offensive lineman in Tony Baselli.
Oh, of course, yeah. He saw a therapist.
Crazy thing is, he beat us that year.
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did.
I know.
But he saw a therapist because of that. That was funny. It was funny, but not funny. But he saw a therapist. He said, "I had to see a therapist." The many times that I got hit because we had no offensive line.
Yeah.
So,
they ruined him. Yeah, no, facts. They ruined him. And look, I know he's going to do a little bit of the Minnesota game. We kind of really pivot into the Giants talk, but I want to pivot back real quick. We'll get right back to the Giants. So I want to pivot back real quick from the Green Bay to the Minnesota game, and what happened, what transpired. Put a bow on it in what you thought about that game as we pivot forward to the rest of the season. Not only about the Giants, just in general. DMV, the 40-3. What happened there? Everything encompassing with what we saw. Put a bow on that game for you and what it told you about this team, in your opinion.
It told me that the young guys that we were asking to play, I'm glad that they got a chance to play. We got to see what we needed to see offensively. I knew we were going to drive the ball against Minnesota. I knew we'd have our opportunities to score a lot of points. So I'm not really shocked on that aspect, but I'm just glad that we were able to bounce back defensively against a really good running back and rushing attack somewhat, because we still had a lot per clip, but we were able to kind of put the game away to where it didn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, under 72 yards rushing is probably where he was. Obviously, their second drive, he got off a little bit. Outside of that, they kind of limited him. I'm with you.
Yeah.
For you, Spoon, the bow on this Minnesota game for you, coming into it, coming out of it, and what you think?
It's any given Sunday. Don't overlook your opponent. Treat every opponent like they're the best team in the league. Treat every team like they're the best team in the league. That way, when you get in there, listen, you go to work. I don't care what their record is. I don't care who's missing, what top player is not there. Is any given Sunday, and treat everybody the same. So with all the injuries with the New York Giants right now, treat them as they're the Minnesota Vikings. Treat them as if they're the Kansas City Chiefs. Treat them like they're a top team, regardless who's not there.
That's a conundrum for me. Coming into that game and out of that game, Spoon, is we saw that. I'm like, where this shit, man? I'm like, what are we doing? And that's the frustrating thing when we talk about this team in general is what they did in Minnesota. I think to a certain construct, we all believe they can do this week in and week out, but it's the consistency that you have to do it with. And look, not every game's built the same. I definitely understand that. But every game's not built 40-3 either. Okay. The largest margin of victory on the road ever for the Dallas Cowboys. You were pissed off. That's what we were told. That's how you played. You had to find a way then to channel that being pissed off moving forward and play that way every week. And that's always call it PTSD, call it whatever you want to. That's the little thing right there in the back of your head. Is like, but which Cowboys team's going to show up? And that's what they have to find out the rest of the way. To me, coming out of that game, what we understand about the Cowboys now simply is this. That is them humming. All gears hitting, everything's happening. That's where that's who they can be. Now, you have to bottle that and find a way to do that each and every week. You have to be the model of consistency with that kind of playing moving forward. And on a short week, we're going to find out if they can do that against a 7-3 Giants team who, even with Cooper Rush, whatever, they were up in the third quarter on you. You found a way to win the game, which is great. They're injured the whole thing. Hey, a hurt dog, you put a hurt animal in the corner, they come at you, right? So for me, it's cool. Do it again. But again, throughout this season, look, obviously, the easy layup, Joe, to say, what's the best game they played all year? The results show you that. But I think it wasn't about them being the best game they played all year. I think on all three phases of the game, 2 60-yard field goals on some bum stuff, but he nailed them, right? The way the defense was getting after it, the way the offense flowed and what they were doing, it was the most complete game in all three phases that we've seen all year. And they have to find a way to do that consistently. We've talked about a DMV, Spoon. We've talked about there is a script for this offense to be effective. They have to stick to it. They didn't stick to it in Green Bay. We understand that. We get that. They stuck to it in Minnesota, and we saw. I talked about it after the Green Bay game, and I said it some in the post-game space. Zeke was missed in Green Bay. Go check out what Zach Martin said about Zeke this week. Because the one thing that we've talked about in general for the past 2 years at times is identity of the offense.
Yeah.
And Zach spoke directly to Zeke and what he means. He's the identity of this offense. And I think, Spoon drops. He'll be back. Here's the thing. I think in a very much so nutshell of things, Pollard got all the way down to the 1 yard line, right? He had like almost 60 yards, or maybe it was 63 yards, something around there.
Okay.
They tried to pay him off. You got to the 1 yard line. All right, you got us down there. We're going to pay you off. First down, didn't get in. He came out. He wasn't doing the Zeke feed me. He was just like, again, let's go.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Yeah.
Did it again. He didn't get in. They put in Zeke. Easy money. It wasn't even hard. It was effortless damn near. And I said, there's the difference in the conundrum between those two. You need them both. You need them both. But there's the difference. There's the juice a little bit on those dirty yards of things that are happening. And then that's what I thought about it in real time. We talked about the post game. And then Zach Martin doubled down on it this week when he talked to the media. There's the identity. He's the guy. He's kind of. It's funny because we talk about Jerry Jones, and Jerry throughout this course of this season has simply said, as Zeke goes, we goes. And we all roll our eyes. Let's just be honest. We all roll our eyes. Man, come on, man.
But you don't know what happens behind closed doors, and you don't know who's following who. It might be that Tony's able to do what Tony's doing because he knows he has that Zeke behind him.
Mm-hmm. It's very.
I've been there before. I've been there as a player where I'm just like, you know what? We got this superstar here. We're good. I'm good. And I know we haven't had Zeke for a couple of weeks, but still, the pressure's not on Tony. So when you don't have the pressure on you, you can go out there and do whatever the hell you want to do.
Play freely.
Exactly.
You can play freely. And again, we scoffed at Jerry saying these things, but I think the proof is in the pudding from the Green Bay game to the Minnesota game. No, Zeke's not going to go out here and be who he was in 2016, We understand that. But identity football doesn't end up in your box score. And in this day and age with social media and everything else, we box score a lot. We do.
We do.
Hey, what they do, how yards per carry, this, that, and the third, the whole. Now, we do that a ton. But what I'm hearing now, listen with a different tone. Whenever Zach says it, you should take it to the bank. And I think there's a difference there. I just do. So again, and Spoonie, we long term we've talked about this from earlier in the season to now. You got to pick one or the other. Be happy you got both, and they work for different reasons. We talk about Pollard and Zeke.
Listen, I get tired of the constant who's better. Listen, they both complement each other. That's just it. As we saw during the game, we're utilizing Tony Pollard's skills the way we all hope. Zeke does something different. Pollard does something different, but they both are great when they do for the Cowboys. That is it. It's not about Zeke versus Pollard. Just be happy for what we have. And we're winning with both of them doing what they're doing together. That's what it is. I don't understand why it's so much of that back and forth thing. It shouldn't be.
That part. So Cowboys have a blueprint because, we talked a lot about Denver last year. They had the blueprint for the offense, right? And then a little earlier this year, okay, there's a blueprint against our defense. We know what the Cowboys did? They went out in Minnesota and said, here's our blueprint for the rest of the league. We line up and do it this way. Good luck. And now we'll find out tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Central if that carries over and they stay in that bag. Put that game aside. We're good there. We will get back to the Giants here in just a second. Little pause here. It is Thanksgiving. And we talked about this on the space and everything else. So we let off with some food, some different things and whatnot and what's going on. But let's give thanks, shall we, gentlemen? Can we give some thanks? 'Tis the season. Who on the roster or within the Cowboys organization, you can pick anyone you want to. Who are you most thankful for in the 2022 season of the Dallas Cowboys? Who are you most thankful for, Spoon?
For me, as I said in the space, is Dak Prescott. For what he has been through.
Chad, drop who you're most thankful for too. Go ahead, Spoon.
For what he has been through off the field, personally with family, dealing with when he got injured with the leg injury a couple of years ago. And I know he listens to some of the fans, some of the things the negative thing that people put on the media about him and stuff like that. And to still be who he is, being that leader, gain the respect from the locker room, out of a lot of us fans out here and things of that. It's not easy wearing a star on your helmet as the Dallas Cowboys quarterback. And I am thankful for him to just shut everybody up with his game. I'm a repeat what Deacon Dom said earlier, which again it's a thing to look at. When you look at the situation going on with the New York Jets, Zach Wilson, Aaron Rodgers situation, Tom Brady in the past, and I'm thinking that Dom Deacon said earlier, and you see Dak Prescott, you appreciate what type of play he is, and you definitely give him the respect because again, any man personally could just deteriorate and just fall apart. He doesn't, and because of who he is today, is a big reason why the Cowboys are where they at today.
DMV.
I'm going to go.
Before.
I'm going to go a little bit different here because I can always thank Dak Prescott. I can always thank Micah Parsons, but I'm going to thank Joe Philbin because I look at where this offensive line, all of the hardships, all of the having to move this piece here, move this piece there, and there's still that. But if you look across the league, offensive line play is down,
super down.
As far as units go. And if I look at the Dallas Cowboys line, I'd almost argue that this is the best unit in the league. You know what I'm saying? And that's saying a lot. I couldn't say that last year, or couldn't say that the year before, or the year before that. But I look at him now, and I believe that this is the offensive line, even right now, without having Tyron Smith, without even moving Jason Peters at left tackle. This is a line that I could say you could win the Super Bowl with. And he was able to take a hard situation with losing Tyron and having to put a rookie tackle in who hadn't played tackle all camp. And I think that they've done a pretty solid job, wouldn't you say, even with losing Dak for as long as they have.
Right.
If there's no Joe Philbin, there's no us being 7-3 right now.
Yeah, no, I mean, you know, the one thing for me coming into the season that I said out the gate, year one, I thought Joe Philbin did a fantastic job with all the injuries and everything that was happening and Dak down, but just across the offensive line. I thought he did a fantastic job. I think he was absolutely poultry last season. Wasn't good enough. And for me, and I talked about this a lot in the spaces leading up to the season, I need the real Joel Philbin to stand up. Are you the 21 Philbin? Or are you the 20 Philbin? And so far, he's probably outclassed even the year one Philbin in what's going on. So, and also I will give a shout out to Duke, Big Duke, you know, F them sleds, if you will, and Tyler Biotish, and working with Tyler Smith as well, and pushing them forward. So yeah, there's some things that are working, but from what we heard about Joe Philbin not really being on board, him and the assistant offensive line coach with Tyler Smith to where they are right now, absolutely DMV. Especially with a backup quarterback for 5 games.
Exactly.
For 5 games with a backup quarterback to do what you're able to do. Yeah, big tip of the cap to Joe Philbin. And as we said earlier, there's so many guys you can be thankful for. I know it's hard to do one. I know it's very hard to do one. But honestly, I'm gonna keep the same energy. I'm gonna keep the same energy from the space to here. Man, it's Tony Pollard. For me, it's Tony Pollard, and for a lot of different reasons, man. Spoony, even counting this season, the last 2 years, we sat here, we pounded the table. Going back to the last offseason, Spoony, I was trying to make him the punt and the kick return. I'm just trying to generate 12 to 15 touches. However I can generate 12 to 15 touches for this guy, that's what I wanted to do. And probably at my lowest point of what's going on with Pollard was the Chiefs game last year. Tyron Smith out. Y'all decided to pull Connor Williams for the other Connor McGovern. Amari Cooper was out. Late second quarter, CeeDee Lamb, concussion, he's out. And we had to sit there, as our defense did keep us in that game on the road, and Pollard was just sitting on the sideline. You're missing all these guys on the offense, and y'all just refused to put him in the game in the second half. That was my lowest point here where I was like, they're just never going to figure it out. I'm like, my God. But we fast forward in what a year can change, if you will. And they finally didn't do what they were even doing last year. Oh, Zeke has 3 drops. Here comes Pollard. Now, Pollard, you run the same Zeke plays. No, what they've done is, all right, Pollard, we know who you are. We understand you. Now, it took us a while. You're following your contract. We figured it out a little bit. And they're giving him the opportunities to display his talents the right way. And the reason why I'm thankful for Pollard is they wouldn't sit Zeke last year. They were to sit him this year. And even in the Green Bay game, he played well enough. But on top of those things, for me, simply this offense, real quick, when's the last time we had a home run threat? 2016 Zeke?
I think Amari, when we first got him, was a home run threat. He had two 200-yard games.
It's true, but he wasn't consistent. I'm with you. I like Amari. I love Amari, in general. But we know little ebbs and flows. But he wasn't an over the top, I can throw the ball to you 10 yards down the field, you take it to the house kind of guy. He wasn't that.
Sure,
he wasn't that. He wasn't a home run threat. He's a great wide receiver, route runner, right? That's what we talk about with him. Technician, route runner. When is the last time you had a home run threat? Whenever you touch the ball, you might go to the house every single time.
Zeke 2016.
This offense ain't had it. We've been anemic to that. And simply go from the Bears game, Green Bay, and now Minnesota, you now have a home run threat that the Cowboys haven't had. We talked about this, like we talked about we got Turpin and the speed or whatever. He's a home run threat. We can't get him involved. But now you have this guy who is a home run threat. So for me with this offense, now obviously it doesn't per se prototypically from a wide receiver position take the top off, but now they have to pay attention and do different things. That changes how defenses can play you. Going back to even the 12-5 team and how they can play us. They knew Zeke, bad knee, here we are, blah, 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 try to do things, whatever. But there was nobody there that could take the top, not top off, but go home running or catching the screen, whatever. Pollard is the missing ingredient that this offense is needed for a home run threat because we've had, in my opinion, 13-3 Cowboys. I know we play 17 now, but 13-3 2016, Zeke was that guy. Right. We haven't had one since 2016 Zeke. And that matters in this league. When you spin the block around the NFL, right? Look at the teams that are really good. Look at them. I bet they have a home run threat. I bet they do. I bet the ones that are middle of the lane or whatever don't have a home run threat. It's a component of your team that you have to have. And for the first time in 6 years, we finally have that. So I'm thankful for Pollard. And look, there's not a wrong answer because there's a lot of people we could talk about.
Well, I'll ask you this. Is Kelsey the home run threat for Kansas City?
Absolutely. Now I watched him catch something go 60 yards. I've seen that from him. I've seen 4 touchdowns in a game. Like, no, he's a home run threat. If you want to play dumb, he'll beat you and he'll take it to the house. We've seen it multiple times over multiple years. Now I know he gets some little wink inside the 10. Oh, shovel pass touch. I get that.
Yeah, I consider he's more of a. I think he's a chunk play guy, but I get what you're saying. He'll score a lot of touchdowns.
Right.
Hey, DMV, BJ was happy last week because Kelsey went off.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns, right?
So I know he showed off.
Pause though. In my undefeated league, 10-0, I lost by 1 point.
Oh, you lost.
I lost by 1 point. Oh. Now, mind you, in this league, this particular commissioner, whoever the quote-unquote home team is, gets a 4-point advantage before the game gets played. I think it's BS. If he doesn't get the 4 points, I win. But here we are. Now I'm 10-1. Oh. Hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I mean, look, he only beat me by 1 point, but I'm down Jamar Chase and Cooper Kupp. And look, shout out to Pollard walking through the door for me. Shout out to Kelsey walking through the door for me, but it just wasn't quite enough.
Chase is playing Sunday, so
no, that part. But again, like I said, home run threat. That's where I'm at, man.
I get you. I love it.
You know, but and Beirut's in the bill. He says, Nick, he goes, this is why people argue about TP. We've seen them sit him even when he was the better option. I've never wanted to cut Zeke, but I did want TP to get the ball more. But the issue is using him the right way, because the way that you need to use him the right way isn't how you should use Zeke. You use Zeke in the right way. The best part about this team right now moving forward is them being in their lane and contributing in those realms. It's not about one getting more than the other. It's about using them the right way, DMV.
Yeah, and I kind of want to raise my hand on this because I don't think it was Zeke's fault last year, and I don't have an issue with Zeke getting touches last year. The issue was them trying to make it to where they're trying to make Gallup happy. Or we got these 3 receivers, so we got to run these 3 receiver sets. Those touches should have gone to Tony or some of those touches. You know, that's where the issue lies because guess what? No Amari now. We don't got to keep a 3 receiver room. So a lot of those touches that Amari was getting are going to Tony. So it's evening out a little bit more.
Big facts. I think some of the thing too, they didn't really have a clear-cut 3 last year. And with Zeke being hurt, maybe they were scared to use him. I don't know. It was weird. But they should use him. Obviously, the proof's in the pudding. We're seeing what's happening this year. Now it's going to cost you in true Cowboys fashion.
Hell, I'm even arguing for them to involve Malik Davis, even with those two still in there.
Yeah. Malik can
Hey,
run.
Damien, come on,
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah,
Look. Smooth. Who did I say was going to lead the NFL in preseason rushing?
Yeah, Malik Davis. Yeah.
Look, during the lock, shout out to my
When
guy,
leading the
Pastor
point,
Carl
both
Davis.
league.
Shout out to my guy, Pastor Carl
Yeah.
Davis. When Malik was coming into the game last week, I was like, chill, he'll be okay. I'm like, you got a guy, Malik. Like, everyone that wanted Rico Dowdle to be, Malik is that guy, actually.
Malik is better. Malik is better.
Facts.
And I tweeted this earlier. You remember when the Giants had Earth, Wind, and Fire? When they had Ward, when they had Jacobs, and when they had Bradshaw? We got that. But I think our guys are better than those guys.
That part.
So,
You know what I'm saying?
With the nickname DMV, Earth, Wind, and Fire. So who's considered Earth? Zeke?
Zeke is Earth.
Definitely Earth.
Yeah. All right, who's Wind?
I would say Wind is probably Malik. And I think, Fire is definitely Tony Pollard. Definitely Tony Pollard.
Love it.
But that's who we were thankful for. And of course, I was throwing these up a little bit earlier. Let me scroll back up real quick and give some shout outs there. Coles Cowboy, Zach Martin, who's the most thankful for. Rob Roberts says Cooper Rush for saving the season and holding us above water. Big facts. Who's the? Oh, well, hold on. There's a question here. Outside of this year, are we able to retain Pollard? Yes.
Yeah,
They are.
Easy.
They are. But we'll wait and see. Obviously, we'll kind of wait and see on there. Bruce Got the Juice says Micah Parsons is unblockable. Fair. Hey, no, look, there's a lot of guys to be thankful for in general. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So, yeah, man. I mean, it is what it is. I said I would reverse TP and Davis. TP runs like the wind. Yeah, but boy, when he's on fire, though, DMV, this offense is cooking.
Yeah. I don't know if I see Malik as fire. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like that fire burns. And that fire hurts, man. Like, yeah. Whew.
That part. And Uber says, I look at the 49ers and they use all their skill players in various ways. They're not solely dependent on Debo. Yeah, same thing I get to here. Yeah, big facts. Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
Right, big facts. All right, so that's who we're thankful for. Shout out to Cowboys Nation, who they're thankful for here on Thanksgiving Eve. So we put the bow on the Minnesota Vikings game. Talk about some things. Two more things for us to get to, and then stay tuned. We're going to wrap up, but we do have, come on, man. Thanksgiving Eve? Y'all know a sermon's coming. Y'all know a Spoonie sermon coming on Thanksgiving Eve. So put a bow here now, as we kind of talked about earlier about this Giants game tomorrow, 3:30 p.m. Central. Lots of injuries for them. Cowboys riding high off the dub. DMV, what do you need to see here? Where you at with this Cowboys-Giants game?
I needed to see us take care of business consistently, and we talked about it consistently, meaning 8-1 team, 7-3 team. I don't care that they're injured. So what? Go take care of business. I don't care.
Sweep the leg.
Sweep the leg.
No mercy.
Brother. Oh, bro, I'm a huge Cobra Kai fan. Cobra Kai fan. So, yeah, at the end of the day, bro, you just got to take care of business. I don't care. Don't hang around. Don't allow them to hang around. Just go whoop them. It is what it is. Like we saw Bengals offensive line, and when they were weak, we took advantage of it. Take advantage of this. Go get your win. And let's see what everybody else does in the rest of the East.
Spoonie, Giants, Cowboys, 3:30 p.m. Central in Arlington. Oh.
Just like that. The same way we see a fly and it's buzzing, smash it. Move over. That's just it. Just like the wings stay stuck to the floor, the gooey stuff, let it stay right there. Let's look at it and say, this is what we do.
Right.
Kid, like DMV said, get out there, have some fun, win the OBJ Bowl.
Yeah, man. I think just in general, Kobe system. Like I told y'all out the gate last week, same energy this week. It's Kobe system. Cool. 43. More. Just more. There's no reason. There's just like the Green Bay game prior to the Vikings game. There's zero reason for the Cowboys to not only lose this game, there's zero reason for this game to even be close. There's just not. I'm sorry. Look, I'm looking at their team. I'm seeing what it is. I know how we played them earlier on the road. I'm looking where we are and what's going on right now. There's literally no reason for us to have a problem with this team. And if you're going to be that team to get hot, get consistent, the model of consistency, as I talked about earlier, it's an easy win here. And this is the mindset that I want to see them develop. This is the mindset that's been missing for years with the Cowboys of lose a game you should have won, beat a team you shouldn't beat, and then play down to your competition. No, we're done with playing down to the competition. Like, if the Cowboys are going to be this team to give us the opportunity and the mindset that they will make it to the NFC Championship. Look, I don't care about the Super Bowl. I'm not here for the Super Bowl talk. I got to see us get to a championship game first. That's where I am. Get there. And if they can be a team that can get there, then this is an opportunity here in this game to show that mindset, not play down to your competition, because there's no reason by halftime that this game is in balance. There's just not. There's not. Top to bottom. Injuries they got, everything's going on. Short week, they're on the road. There's just not a reason. So show me more Kobe system. That's where I'm at here with the Giants. Spin the block. Let me get the scores. Spoony, now you did call, no, real quick for everybody in the back. Spoony did on the Freestyle Friday show call for a 40 burger against Minnesota. He sure as hell did. And Spoony, dadgummit, you nailed it. So what's the score here against the Giants, my guy?
I'm going with a 40 burger again.
Oh, okay.
I'm going with a 40 burger. I wanted to go with a 50 Subway, but I'm gonna keep it with a 40 burger. I'm gonna keep it 40 burger. So my score is gonna be 40-9.
All right, 40-9 for my guy Spoon. DMV, what's the score on Thursday for you, or tomorrow, I should say, for you? On
I have a little bit more respect for their defense still, the front seven and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go with 27-14.
I'm going to revert my score. I'm going to go back and dig into the annals. I'm going to give you my Green Bay score. I think it's the same type of shit. Sorry, excuse my language here. 31-13. It's not a point. Like, it just doesn't matter. I know, get a little garbage time, touchdown late, whatever. I don't even care. 31-13. This thing should not be close. Just shouldn't. Just shouldn't.
Shouldn't.
If this team is going to be who they are, then this is a game that you have to win. Just what it is. Period. Put that to bed in the comment section. Give me your scores for this game. Who's winning the game? What's the score? I'm going to throw them up here as we talk through this next segment here, which is now kind of turned into the Beckham Bowl, right? It's kind of where we are. And I saw like Odell kind of tweeted earlier. It was Fox or CBS. They used the Office with the little memes or whatever, the little live video, and he's like, "Yeah, battle royale." You know, Odell's in the paint there for sure, right? In the paint for sure. So here we are. The Cowboys. And stop me here if y'all can remember anything differently. From Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, head coach, all the way down to the players, have very much openly recruited Odell. I don't know there's another team that's openly recruited Odell as hard as the Cowboys have thus far. Is there anybody else that y'all can think about? Where are the Twitterverses and social media? Have y'all seen it? I know Von Miller kind of said some things.
Von Miller, Second closest
Von Miller.
Von Miller.
Right, but outside of Von Miller, nobody else on the Bills really has said much.
Not even the Chiefs. And I think that the Chiefs, that kind of scares me the most. Him going to the Chiefs.
Hold on. Like I says, I'm spinning around in circle 3 times and throwing salt over my shoulder to destroy Knicks' jinx. Oh, it's a jinx. Okay. But neither here nor there. Okay, so we've pushed the proverbial chips all the way in, Spoon, here from a recruiting standpoint. If the Cowboys win this game, is Odell a Cowboy in y'all's opinion, Spoony?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. DMV?
I think he's a Cowboy whether we win or we lose. I think he's a Cowboy anyway, personally. Just because they're bringing him in for a visit. whether we win or lose. When they bring a guy in for a visit, you know, once he gets that Texas steak in him, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
A birdie told me he might have been by for a visit, but that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying. But I think this is the Cowboys' game to lose when it comes to Odell. I've said this from the outset of things that were happening, that I think it's about years more so. Money matters, don't get it twisted, but I think it's about the long-term deal. I just do. And I think the Cowboys are going to give him a 3 or 4 year deal. He's openly said I think that matters more. Like the money he talks about, sure, he's driving his marketing, he wants to do certain things, but I am buying what he said about I've been around the world, I've done the rock star thing, everything else. I want to settle now. And there's a big check mark for the Cowboys with his family here. I talked about it before. I'm in Longview. His dad played in Marshall, right down the road. His family, I've known about Dale's family wanting him to be a Cowboy for a long time, even before he went to Cleveland and whatnot. I just know I've just had those conversations. So yeah, I think they're the leader in the clubhouse. I think they've campaigned the strongest point. I think if the Cowboys fumble the bag here and don't get Odell, boy, what an indictment on Stephen Jones here, with everything encompassing from everyone that's talks about what's going on in the right kind of temperature here. And even, did y'all see what Dak said today about it?
Nah.
Oh yeah. Dak messaging, blah blah blah, coming off the game, adding him into what they did last week. Very, very open, and going back to even last last week, or excuse me, the bye week or whatever. And there were certain people was like, I need Dak to say. Dak kind of said something during there.
Yeah, he did.
Like
he did.
But what he said today was much more so in encompassing.
Yeah. Here's the thing: it's not tampering right now. Right now, it's not tampering. They can do whatever the hell they want to do.
Right.
Hell, they want to send them a playbook. They can send them a playbook right now.
Yeah, big facts. So the Cowboys are very open on this thing. They're going to shut it down because after the game, things are going to happen. But yeah, I said it, and I got the tweet. So, I had the tweet like 3 days into this thing before we even lost to Green Bay. I was like, my gut tells me they're going to sign Odell.
Yeah.
I said, simply put, if you go over the Cowboys' history, 20 years. Let's go 20 years, guys. 20 years. Or, I'm sorry, 23 years. The biggest splashes the Cowboys have made as an organization have always been wide receiver. Start with Joey Galloway. Two firsts. 2 firsts.
Yeah.
All right.
Rock Ismail.
All right. Then they missed. They missed Omos. They missed Omos. Right. But then they signed Terrell Owens. Screw Bill Parcells. We're signing Terrell Owens. Then they traded for Roy Williams.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Fast forward. Then you traded up in the draft for Dez Bryant. Cool. Hey, wait, that's not all. You got rid of Dez Bryant. What'd you do? You went and traded the first for Amari Cooper.
Good point.
Then you with Amari Cooper on the team. You sat there with the draft pick. Oh, Lamb's here. Boom. Give me Lamb. So you look at the big splashes in general for 23 years. There's not a different position the Cowboys have ever made a big enough splash that's relevant to what they've done at wide receiver. Period. And that's from the Aikman era.
That's a great point.
Joey Galloway to all the way and all the quarterbacks in between to now.
I think the closest thing to that would be them drafting tackles to move them to guards. That's about it.
Right. But in a free agency / trade market,
it's receiver.
Bar none is wide receiver. And to me, that's why I said gut feeling tells me these are the moves this organization likes to make. The only coinciding thing right now is where this team is, it finally makes sense. And that's what matters. So I think it gets done, man. I think it gets done. But we'll wait and see, right? The old waiting game. Rock the baby. Listen, we'll see.
We signed OBJ. Social media is going to be crazy.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
It's going to be.
I think
the best one. Oh, my God. It's going.
I think the question is, what number is he going to wear?
Oh, see?
Okay. I got you.
Yeah.
Because if y'all follow my guy Professor O, and he's pounding the table hard, said give him number 8. He said give him number 8. Don't care. Give him number 8 and walk away.
I originally said 23.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said 23? I think he's
Yeah.
gonna get 80. I'm gonna go with 80.
Hey, look, this is a Giants fan.
Hey, 80?
Hey, shout out to
Nah,
my guy Trey. Shout out to my guy Trey real quick. That's a Giants fan. And he put that might be some reverse psychology on his standpoint. I don't know, but he's a Giants fan.
Maybe.
You know what? DMV, I'm feeling that 80. Remember Irvin Harper?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm feeling that 80. I'm feeling that 80. They think
Feeling
about
that
this.
80. 80. And 80 is Jarvis's number 2. That's the Landry number 2. That's his boy.
Yeah.
80 and 88. I'm feeling that. That's something different right there.
Yeah, I have no clue what number. I'll be honest with y'all. I have no clue, 0 clue. He's not getting the 3. I don't think. I don't think our guy's giving it the 3. So I mean, I don't know. Look, low key, the 8. I'm not mad at the 8. I'm not mad at the 8. Look, if we're giving 33, if we're giving 33 out to Damone Clark, I'm not mad at the 8 on Odell.
Hell no, I'm not mad at it either.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at it either.
Then at that point, I mean, it is what it is. So obviously the little extra sauce, little extra cheese on the dog, if you will, for tomorrow's game with this and the Odell sweepstakes per se. But now I will caution Cowboys Nation simply this. We don't know physically what he's going to be. And like that's the thing, Spoon, that you're talking about. The big uproar, the big everything, the selling the jerseys, all that. Sure, you're absolutely correct on that. Now, I think Gallup last week showed us he's almost back now. Right. I think we saw that from him last week. But we have to remember that Odell hurt his knee afterwards for the second time, and he's closer to 30. Was he 29, right? 29, 30? Yeah. So where is he at physically is going to matter. So even if you got him in here, when is he going to have an impact? Is he going to have an impact out the gate? I'm not sure. Now, does he have an impact in the middle of December? Maybe. But we're looking for DMV Spoony, the impact on the stretch run and into the postseason. So those things matter. But I'm just saying for Cowboys Nation, patient, if it does happen, it might not be the explosion out the gate that you're looking for because he's still getting that knee right. That's all I'm saying, DMV.
I'm ready for 24th. December 24th.
But I'll tell you this, 70% Odell is better than Noah Brown.
Ooh, the boy just dropped the mic.
100%
I
agree.
says, I'm ready to buy it.
I 100% agree.
So
I know you agree because Sweeney said when we signed Antonio Callaway, he said he's probably the third best wide receiver.
Callaway is solid, bro. I followed him from Florida.
He had some explosive games his rookie year, but it was just fun. Like
he just got problems. He just got problems in the locker room and stuff like that. But outside of that, he's a talented cat, bro.
Mm-hmm. Third best on the roster, Spoon?
No, not at all. Because Odell's on the roster.
Okay, fair enough. All right, gentlemen. With that being said, as we're just a smidge over the hour mark, hour and 8 minutes, we've covered all the particulars. In general, the only way to end this show, as I said, it is Thanksgiving Eve. No better time than now. Get the church organ ready. Everybody, go ahead, get the plates out. Let's pass the tip plates out here. Get ready because it is officially time for Spoonie's Thanksgiving Eve sermon.
Cowboy Nation. Now, you have a lot to be thankful for. And I'm thankful for the media. The ones who wear their suit and ties and they constantly bash the Dallas Cowboys. Whether we're doing good, whether we're doing bad. I thank you guys. Because after that Green Bay Packers loss, you guys felt the need to come out and disrespect America's team. Yes, you did. But we're not mad at you. I am not mad at you. I'm happy. I was excited. Because just like Davis Bruce Banner, who who is the Hulk, just like the Wolfman, who turns to the werewolf. The Dallas Cowboys defense turned into Doomsday defense last Sunday. Now I said 40 burger. I said 40 burger. Just like today. We see, let's put the points out for a second. New York Giants. I hate to say this to you guys and the fans respectfully in here.
Respectfully.
Don't show up.
No.
Don't watch the game. Because understand, Thanksgiving is a day that we are around our family. We enjoy each other's company. We say thank you. Watching the Dallas Cowboys Doomsday defense beat up the New York Giants is Halloween. That holiday just passed. So this is a warning. And this is a warning that later on you will say thank you, Spoon, because come Thursday at 4 o'clock, after we pray, once we start eating the turkey, the macaroni salad, there will be dessert. The dessert's going to be us Cowboy Nation watching the Dallas Cowboys whooping the New York Giants' ass with a little bit of stuffing inside it.
Not the stuffing.
Understand this.
Hashtag
a new
it.
team was born last Sunday. A new goal is in sight. And a little pay-per-view upcoming is coming near. We know the guy. We know the man. The brown hair. The dance. Call him number 13. You call him number 3. Hell, I like what DMZ said. He called him number 80. OBJ will be in the building. OBJ is going to help the Dallas Cowboys put every team on notice moving forward. So with that being said, Cowboy Nation and other fan base who's here watching us today, happy holiday, and let's enjoy the ass whooping we're going to give Thursday night.
With the NBA, lock the chat up. My guy Smooth delivered the sermon. Let's go. Real quick, I had something that as Smooth as you were delivering that sermon, and going through something kicked up in the back of my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Something kicked up in the back of my mind. Y'all, just throwing it out there. I have no clue.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Do y'all think Odell be at the game tomorrow?
Yeah, I've been thinking that the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't he be?
Yep. Right in the press box.
I think the bigger question is, where will he be? Which booth? He's got to be in the booth somewhere.
I mean, what if I'm just going to paint a picture. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just going to paint a picture. Let's just say, Spoony, DMV, let's just say about, I don't know, 7 minutes in the fourth quarter, Spoony, it's 34-10. Y'all remember how Jay used to come down to the sidelines in a little mink coat?
Yeah.
Just what if 34-10-ish and OBJ just kind of came down and showed up on the Cowboys sideline in maybe a little mink coat action. I know the dome now, it's not really that cold in there anymore. But I'm just saying, what if he just showed up late on the Cowboys sideline? 3 minutes left, the game's out of reach. Just what if?
I don't think he would do that to New York. Not his own, not where he started. I don't think he'd have that disrespectful. That's some disrespect.
Man, Nick.
Man,
I like it though.
We live in a very much so social media driven troll society. Very much so.
True. Good point.
I'm just saying, and he is from the covering the clock. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying
you don't know how it ended over there. You know what I'm saying? Because they did trade him. So
somewhere he didn't choose. Somewhere he didn't even know. He didn't even. They wouldn't even discuss him about going to Cleveland.
They did banish him to Cleveland.
Can I say this? Because I like what DMZ is right. You know, he wouldn't do to New York, but on Nick's side, Barkley's still on his last year of his contract. We don't know how committed they are to the team.
Mm-hmm.
Sterling Shepard is the same thing. They make ties on him. That right there, I like what Robert just said. There's an
I like it.
Into that right there.
Go get him, Daz. Go get him, Daz.
Hey, he's been out there tweeting. He's been out there tweeting. Go ahead, Simone.
No, that's it. That's where I would love it. Him and Dez together.
Look, I'll be honest with you though. From a business side, Odell shouldn't be in the building at all. Just should not be there because he's going to have to, look, if he's there, the camera's going to be on. It doesn't matter where he's at. If he's booth, whoever,
it
whatever.
drives the price up. Yeah,
right. Like if he's there, it's probably a bad look. So I don't think he'll be there.
Unless something's already done.
Well, now that's a great point, DMV, because
I think something's already done. That's what I've been trying to say the whole time.
Yeah, because
preach DMZ. Yeah, no, let DMZ preach this. I want to hear this.
I feel like these guys wouldn't have the go ahead if something wasn't cooking or if it wasn't already cooked.
Mm-hmm.
Dak is. I've never seen Dak like this. We've never seen Dak like this. Mm-hmm. I said a while ago, like it's almost like Dak doesn't care what kind of talent's around him. But now Dak is opening up. Mm-hmm. I just don't see this not getting done with the way Dak. They wouldn't make a fool of Dak. Put it this way. I don't think they would.
It's a valid point. You think
so.
As I always say, what?
You think it's done too? A deal?
It goes back to what I said earlier. Mm-hmm. As open, and we talked about this, right? As open as everyone in the Cowboys side has been, and not anywhere else around the league. If it doesn't happen, talk about egg on the face. Because how it's look, Jerry's talked about it, Stevens talked about it, McCarthy's talked about it, Dak's talked about it, and just go down the list from there. Right, I'm talking to the Dons and the Compos. I ain't got to the street soldiers are talking about it as well. You feel me? And the way that they're talking about it, you have one guy, Von Miller, who said something who played with him last year. There's nobody else really out here in these streets doing anything.
And cold ass Buffalo.
Yeah.
And cold ass Buffalo, and they not really better than us right now.
Right. So if the Cowboys don't, the way that this organization has openly talked about it, and they don't get it done. Boy, that is pie, egg, whatever you want to talk about on the face. It's a bad look. So I understand the thought process of there being this way because there's a handshake, wink, wink deal because it'll look good on the other side. I definitely understand that. But time will tell. And as I always say, right about this time, Spoony, you know the tweet, as the star turns. Because there's no better reality TV in the world than the NFL, and you know who the main character is. Hey, y'all know what's my guy over there on Young and the Restless? He's been there forever. My mama dudes mess with him.
Victor,
bro. The Dallas Cowboys are Victor. The Dallas Cowboys are Victor, bruh.
Wow,
that's who we are in real time. We Vic out here in these streets. Hey, did Victor ever fail to land a female?
No.
Ever? Yeah. Did Victor ever fail to land that female? No. Cowboys can't. Bruh, it's on the line now. As the star turns, it's on the line now. They got a landing. So, hey, man, we'll see what it is. With that being said, man, DMV, before I get my outro in this thing, yeah, there it is, Victor Newman. You already know the drill. Yeah. Anytime I had to miss school back in the day, I was on the couch, and guess what? I couldn't leave and I had to watch Young and the Restless.
Oh, bro.
But Victor was smooth. Hey, Victor gave me game though. I ain't gonna lie to you as a young buck. Victor gave me that game though a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you. Shout out to
And he probably still look the same, bro.
Man,
Still look the same right now.
Big facts. With that being said, DMV, before I get the outro out of here, man, roll the red carpet out for you real quick. Go ahead, man. Tell the people where to find you, man.
Yeah, man. DMV Fanatic on YouTube and on Twitter. DMV Fanatic 1. You guys can find me there.
That part. I want to close simply saying, as I let out with, I hope everybody has a great Turkey Day tomorrow. Hope you are surrounded by loved ones. Hope you have a lot to be thankful for, or thankful period. Maybe small things to be thankful for. Hope you have stuff to be thankful for. If you're in a bad spot, I guarantee you, I promise you this, there's somebody that has a DM open that's willing to listen. Yeah. And a person that you think that doesn't want to hear it, does want to hear it. Reach out. Don't be afraid to reach out. As I'll tell everybody, whether you follow me or not, my DMs are open. And I always try to make time in general. And I've talked to a plethora of different people that I'll probably never meet in the physical form. But that's the difference of changing your outlook or giving you peace. Then so be it, man. I'm okay with that. I have no problems with that. So whether it's me or somebody else, make sure if you are down tomorrow, find somebody to talk to. It's paramount. You're blessed, you're loved, and you are wanted, whether you understand it or not. Be thankful. And of course, selfless plug. Hit these subs. Outside of all that, hit these subs. Enjoy your food tomorrow. 8:57. No, I'm sorry, 9:57. Call of Duty. Another space. Stay tuned. I might be on Twitch. Your guy Nick, you follow me there. I might be doing some Call of Duty. I'm gonna see what my crew's doing. Be some DMZ. But if not, if it ain't going down, I'll be back on Twitter. I'll run into the space. I ain't gonna be up early tomorrow, so I'm Gucci. So y'all be safe and be blessed. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Appreciate y'all as always. Have a good night.